season 1, episode 2, and it's just talking about social security numbers. And if you look, I guess you could read the top part, but you don't really necessarily need to until it gets further into it. But if you're thinking about social security numbers, they're talking about, like, obviously someone's identification, and they want to know about who lives in a certain area, so they're going to narrow it down by the social security numbers. So they want to know how many social security, or how many possible ways are there to have a social security number. So this is a lesson plan actually that I printed off from online, and you guys have the activity from where you would give your students. And some facts about social security numbers I found is that it's not based upon where you were born, it's based upon where you registered for a social security number. It's more because of immigrants, obviously they weren't born here, so they don't have a state where they were born. So if you're from Minnesota, your first three are going to be 468, between 468 and 477. If you're from North Dakota, it's either going to be 501 or 502. South Dakota, 503 and 504. And it goes from East Coast is the lowest, and then West Coast is the highest. So they can determine based upon your state. And then that's the area number is the first three. And then the next is the group number, which it goes from odd, even, and it just rotates like that. And then the last four is the serial number. And it kind of explains that on the back of the sheet on problem 4. It shows the odd numbers that it goes from, and then even numbers, and then even numbers, odd. So, does anybody know how many possible social security numbers are possible? Or what you would do to figure that out? There's, so you have digits from 0 to 9, and there's 0 to 9, and there's 9 spaces. So it would be 10 to the 9th, which is about 1 billion different ways. But no section of the social security number can have 0, 0, 0. So then you have to just subtract that. If you just want to go through those like questions, just think about them in your head. You don't have to actually do them. And then this is just something you would do with your kids based upon that particular episode.
And then for my activity, I need you guys to partner up. You can be a partner. And you two can be a partner. Okay, so in Donald and Math Magic Land, I talked about the math and music part of it. So this is going to be your string. So you want to hold my string? So Pythagoras found out that math, the octaves, are in fractions from 1 to 2. So I want you to have like one partner hold it like these guys are holding it here, and then I want the other partner to like pluck it and like kind of like listen to that note in your head, and then keep that note in your head, divide it in half, the other partner, and then pluck it again. And that should be the octave, and if you want to keep on doing octaves, you keep on dividing it in half. So that's how kind of Pythagoras found out the math and music. Okay. So, and if you guys want to know the fractions between to like make harmonies, it is, so you go 1 to 2, that's the octave, and then this. We actually found like fractions that you could find to like make different harmonies, and we actually use these fractions in the musical scale that's done today. So teach that to your parents.
For my activity, I need 3 volunteers. Benny, sure. You 3 boys in the back row. Come sit right here, please.